welcome back to A Crafty Latina. I'm Arlene, and today I'm going to show you a whole different new product that I've never used before, but I'm really excited to try this. So this is the Sola Wood Flowers. I've seen these everywhere, and I've been dying to try these, so I'm going to do a project with it today. It's the wheat centerpiece. It's a small centerpiece, and I'm going to show you everything that comes with it. I'm also going to use the Cricut vinyl to accent the little box, the little centerpiece box. So we're going to combine Cricut with a whole new medium of crafting. So let me show you what comes with it. So first, these are the flowers that come. This is the small pack, the variety pack, and they come in a natural looking color. So they come more like in this wheat color, sort of like a natural beige. And if you want to dye them, they have a lot of choices of colors. I wanted to give mine a little more of a wintry look, so I dyed some of them in the white, and I used their white wedding paint, their dye. And then for these, I wanted more of a cranberry, sort of like mauve look, so I used the Merlot. I selected that, and you get a choice of paints with the craft kits. These come in craft kits, but you can also get individual flowers or individual accents. And then this is Morning Frost, which is like a slight tinge blue, and I wanted that. I did 3 of those just to give it some accents. You also get the small wood box, and it's hollow inside, and this is where I'm going to use the Cricut to put some words around it. You get the foam board that goes inside. And then you get the accent pieces. So these are the wheat accent pieces. This is the Broom Bloom in burgundy and in mahogany. So it's sort of like a brown and burgundy in there. And then you get the skewers that you'll have to cut and glue to the back of your flower so that you can put them into the foam board. So these are the items that you get. And what I encourage you to do is, if you're going to dye your flowers, if you want them other than the natural color they come in, do it the day before, because they need at least a good 24 hours to fully dry before you can start manipulating them and putting them in. You want them fully dry before you put them in. So what I'm going to do with this box is I'm going to do words on all 4 sides, but I want to test 2 different ways of doing it with the Cricut machine. So I'm going to use the Oracle 651, which is the permanent vinyl, on 2 of the sides. And on 2 of the other sides, I'm actually going to do HTV. So we're going to iron on to this wood piece and see what happens and see if that works. I love ironing on wood. I have done it before. I love it because it's completely permanent, but it also sometimes takes the grain of the wood in the back, and it gives it such a really nice, authentic look to it. So I love it. So let me go get those words ready, and then I will be back. I went ahead and did the Cricut. So these are the 2 that I'm going to put with 651 Oracle vinyl on 2 sides of the box. And then these are my HTV 651 that I'm going to use on the other 2 sides. So I'm going to start with the Oracle. Make it easy on myself. Lost the flower. So, you know what, before I do that, because I don't want any fallouts on the side after I do it, I'm going to put the foam inside. So the foam, as you can see, it does not fit. This isn't fitting in here. So we need to cut this to size so that it goes in. And I don't know any other way of doing it except bringing it to the edge of where I want it to fall. And then just making a crease. And I'm creasing it on this side. Just making a crease, going back and forth. And what that does is that marked where the box was, and the edge here, I think that's where, let me just double check where I want to cut it. Yeah, so the first line here, that's where I want to cut it straight down. And I'm going to use, I have the Cricut blade. I'm just going to go straight down. It's foam, super simple. Messy, yeah, but listen, we're crafting. That's what crafting does. It's messy. Cut it all the way across, all the way down. Let's see. Cutting across that line. If it goes a little bigger, that's okay. I'd rather it be a little bigger than a little smaller. I'm just cutting it all the way down. And then we're just going to pop it open. Use this piece. And there you go. Fit right in like a glove. And yes, there's a little gap on each side, and that's okay because some of the stems, I may want to like put them on the inside. They're both the same size. So if I take that one out and I put this one in, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I like this little piece right here. I think this is perfect. You just want enough to be able to put your stuff in there. Okay, let me cover this up. All right, so now I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't have any little extra pieces of the foam on the side. And I'm gonna start with the 651. So this is the first one. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can do it viewing you. I don't think it matters, I can flip it later. Let's just make sure we get this right onto the transfer paper. Make sure that works. Okay, lifts beautifully. Now cross your fingers. We are about to see how this goes. And I just eyeball it, guys. This is for my home. So if it was a product to sell or something like that, then of course I would do full measurements. But for my home, I love that it just shows that I just did it. Burnish it on. Make sure you do it enough. This is wood, so it may take a little bit for it to catch on. So make sure that you rub it on pretty hard. Okay. We are looking good. Yes. Guys, honestly, like, how much do we love this already? Okay, so I'm gonna do the 651 on one of the sides. So it's gonna say love, and then this side is gonna say peace. Take that off, put it right here. And yeah, I measured it before. This is like this side is like a 3 by 3, and the longer side is like a 6 by 3. So yeah, make sure you measure so that before you cut your vinyl, you know that it's gonna fit. Again, do it a little harder than you normally would because you do want it to grab onto the wood. I'm just gonna take this off gently and show you how it works. That couldn't have been easier. That could not have been simpler. This is really good material. Like, this is really nice. And look, already, how beautiful is that gonna look? Now the other side, because as you know, I am a crafty Latina, I am Puerto Rican. So the other side, we are going to do the same words, love and peace, but in Spanish. So this side with the HTV, I'm gonna iron on, it's gonna say amor. Again, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I am using my Cricut mini press, and I'm using it with the 2 lines, so it's on medium heat. If I think I'm gonna need more, I will do that after, but right now I'd rather it start with the medium heat and see where we go. And I'm just gonna put it right onto this HTV like this. I'm not gonna put parchment or anything, I'm just going for it. And I'm not gonna let it sit on anything for too long. I'm gonna move it around for a couple of seconds, 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna test and see where we are with it. But I love testing different products on different materials and mediums to see, look at this. How freaking amazing is that? It ironed right on it. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I love. I love to see that we can use our materials in different ways and just expand your creativity. And this is paz, P-A-Z, paz in Spanish. Amor y paz, your home filled with love and peace. What more could you want? Again, 10 seconds. I'm not gonna be on here like trying to cook something on here. I'm just gonna make sure it sits. That's it. Beautiful. Oh, that was so nice. And it's, I mean, it is as on as it gets. That is not going anywhere on any of the 4 sides. So there you have it. Love and peace, paz y amor. I think this is brilliant. So any four sides of people seeing it in your home, whatever message you decide to write, you can leave it plain or whatever, but I wanted to add a little something to it. Perfect. So now we have to start on prepping our flowers. And what I mean by prepping is we need to add the stems to it that are going to go into the thing itself. Inside, we're going to pin it in there. So I've already pre-cut a lot of them. So the long skewers, they come in these long skewers, and I just eyeballed it because I'm thinking like, okay, I want it to stick in and I want it to stick out a little bit more. I don't need it to be like super long. And then you have the option of it being taller or shorter. So use these pliers that I had. I'm not sure what they're called. They're not the needle nose pliers. I'm not sure. They have a big Z here. And then I just sort of eyeballed the length and held it and just pressed and just moved the skewer back and forth. And then it just cut. And this flat side is what I'm going to use to glue to the flower. So to prep the flowers, again, you just take one of the skewers, take one of the flowers, get your hot glue gun, and your kit does come, it came with a sample glue stick. So I'm just going to add some glue to the bottom of the stem. And then I'm going to take one of these and just stick it on here. And hot glue gun, and then just like sort of poke it in. So you can put it in and then bring the hot glue into it. And it's going to look like this. And then when you stick it on, it's going to be, and then you can alternate the height. So let me prep, I'll prep one of these with you. And then I'll prep them all. Hot glue on the bottom of the stem. Take the flat part that we cut, take the flat part that we cut, the pointy part is what I'm going to put inside, and then just put that in and press a little bit so that it goes into the stem of the flower. That means it drags a little bit of the glue with it and it'll stick in there, and you don't have to worry about it. See, right away you already know it's already stuck in there. And then I just put it gently upside down, like facing down. Okay, so I'm back. All the flowers are done. I've left them here upside down to sort of let the glue dry, but I think they're done now. And I'm just gonna start putting them in and just like probably alternate. I'll leave these three for last. This is just like a little accent. There's probably gonna be like one here, one here, one here, but I'm just gonna start alternating with white and sort of mauve and see where we go. If you have an extra flower, don't worry about it. I mean, we're so full. I want to actually start with the fillers and then look all the way around. So you see, you can't see the foam on any of the sides. It's pretty full. And this is the top view. So now we're going to add some of our filler, and I'm gonna start with the burgundy. And you just rip out little pieces. It's gonna get messy, but it's crafting. That's what happens. It's gonna get messy because you're working with natural products that are dried flowers. And just find your way. These are already, you don't have to do anything. These are already spiky at the bottom. You just have to find the right piece and bring it in. And then just make it full. So this is a wheat centerpiece. So the whole purpose of this is to have your wheat. So just get your scissors, cut a piece, leave a stem, and let's just stick it in there, stick it down and see. And I'm just gonna put this on the edges. And it's gonna come out like that, and you can just spread it out if you want. Get another one. Edges. Again, just stick it into a little hole, find a spot. Perfect. Again, this is what's going to take you the longest time. Is figuring out how you want to decorate this, how you want it to look. I'm going to take these off, put it back in. Like, it's probably going to be like, you know, just like an afternoon process of how you want this to look. Again, personal preference. Height, look and feel, everything is personal preference. I like them full. I want to use the burgundy because I'm going to keep this up for the holidays. So I want to use more of the burgundy. I used Cricut 651 Oracle on this, and then on the Love as well. And on the Amor and the Paz, I used HTV. So I've ironed on this, and I've actually used permanent vinyl on this as well. And it's gonna stick on there forever. It is not going anywhere. It looks beautiful. Again, this is Sola Wood Flowers, and they're beautiful, natural flowers that you can dye any color to match your decor. So this is going to go perfect on my table. So I'm really excited. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you try and do something different, because there is no limit to our creativity. I hope that was helpful. It's Arlene from A Crafty Latina. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. See you soon.